Today, I want to talk about something powerful, something that can transform the way we live, work, and lead. It's about the mindset and habits that smart women embrace every single day to rise above challenges, seize opportunities, and create the life they truly deserve. Whether you're chasing a dream, building a career, or simply striving to be your best self, these 7 rules aren't just guidelines. They're a roadmap to success, confidence, and unstoppable growth. So if you're ready to unlock your full potential and join the ranks of smart, empowered women making waves in the world, then listen closely, because these rules will change the game. The foundation of every successful and fulfilled life starts with something incredibly simple yet profoundly powerful: believing in yourself. When you prioritize self-belief, you make a conscious decision to trust your own abilities, your judgment, and your intrinsic value. This is not merely about confidence in a superficial sense. It is a deep, unwavering recognition that you are capable, worthy, and deserving of success and happiness. For smart women, owning your worth is not optional, it is essential. It is the core from which every decision, every action, and every dream is born. Self-belief is often underestimated in its impact, yet it is the invisible force that drives motivation, resilience, and the courage to push forward in the face of adversity. Without it, even the most talented individuals can falter. When you do not believe in yourself, you allow doubt and fear to take root. These negative emotions quietly chip away at your potential, hold you back from taking risks, and prevent you from standing firm in your values. On the other hand, when you own your worth, you set a powerful tone for your life, one where you refuse to settle for less than you deserve, and you demand respect from others and, most importantly, from yourself. To prioritize self-belief means you must first become aware of the stories you tell yourself. Many women grow up internalizing limiting beliefs, often shaped by societal expectations, family pressures, or past failures. These narratives can sound like, "I'm not good enough," "I don't deserve success," or "I will never be able to do that." These are not truths, but programmed thoughts that can be dismantled with conscious effort. The first step to owning your worth is to challenge these stories and replace them with empowering truths. This takes practice, patience, and often a bit of courage to confront your own inner critic. Building self-belief is much like building a muscle. It strengthens the more you use it. Every small victory, every challenge overcome, every positive affirmation you repeat helps to reinforce your belief in yourself. It's important to celebrate these wins, no matter how small they seem, because they serve as proof of your capabilities. For instance, successfully completing a difficult project, standing up for yourself in a challenging conversation, or even making a healthy choice for your well-being are all milestones that boost your self-worth. Recognizing these moments shifts your focus from what you cannot do to what you have already achieved. Another critical part of owning your worth is surrounding yourself with the right influences. The people we engage with have a profound impact on our self-perception. Positive, supportive relationships can nurture your self-belief, while toxic or unsupportive environments can undermine it. Smart women understand the importance of cultivating a circle that encourages growth, offers constructive feedback, and believes in their potential. This doesn't mean you surround yourself only with, yes, people, but rather with those who challenge you constructively and believe in your worth even when you struggle to see it yourself. It's also vital to understand that self-belief is not about arrogance or ignoring your weaknesses. It's about embracing your whole self, including your imperfections, and acknowledging that your worth does not depend on being flawless. Owning your worth means accepting that you have value simply because you exist, not because of what you achieve or how others perceive you. This mindset frees you from the exhausting cycle of constantly seeking external validation. When you prioritize self-belief, you stop basing your self-worth on others' opinions or societal standards, and you begin to live authentically according to your own values. In practical terms, owning your worth influences the way you make decisions. When you believe in yourself, you become more decisive and less likely to second-guess your choices. You set goals that reflect your true desires and values rather than trying to please others or fit into prescribed roles. This clarity brings focus and direction to your life, allowing you to invest your time and energy into what genuinely matters to you. It also empowers you to say no to opportunities or people that do not align with your worth. Preserving your energy for the things that elevate you, self-belief also acts as a shield against failure and rejection. No one enjoys setbacks, but when you own your worth, failures become less about personal inadequacy and more about learning and growth. You develop resilience because you know your value is not diminished by a mistake or a closed door. This mindset encourages you to take calculated risks, innovate, and push boundaries because you understand that your worth is inherent, not conditional. This is a crucial difference. Believing you are worthy regardless of outcomes frees you to act boldly. It's important to recognize that prioritizing self-belief and owning your worth is a continuous journey, not a destination. Life will always present new challenges that test your confidence, but having a strong foundation of self-belief enables you to navigate these moments with grace. In times of doubt, returning to the practice of affirming your worth can be a powerful reset. This might be through daily affirmations, journaling about your strengths, or reflecting on your accomplishments. Over time, these practices embed a resilient sense of self that is not easily shaken. One practical approach to cultivating this mindset is to focus on self-compassion. Being kind to yourself, especially when things don't go as planned, reinforces your self-worth. Instead of harsh self-criticism, treat yourself with the same understanding and encouragement you would offer a close friend. This gentle approach nurtures your inner confidence and strengthens your resolve to keep moving forward. Additionally, prioritizing self-belief means investing in your personal growth. Continuous learning, acquiring new skills, and seeking experiences that stretch your comfort zone contribute to a deeper sense of capability and confidence. When you see yourself evolving, you naturally begin to appreciate your worth more. This process can be as formal as taking courses or as informal as reading books, listening to inspiring talks, or engaging in meaningful conversations. The key is to remain curious and open to growth. And knowing that your worth expands with your knowledge and experience, it's equally important to acknowledge that owning your worth involves setting boundaries. When you believe in yourself, you recognize that your time, energy, and emotions are valuable. You refuse to tolerate disrespect or situations that drain you without giving back. Setting clear boundaries is an act of self-respect and a powerful way to communicate your worth to others. It may feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to putting others' needs before your own, but it ultimately leads to healthier relationships and greater self-esteem. Financial independence can also be a significant aspect of owning your worth. For many women, taking control of their finances is a direct way to assert their value and autonomy. Managing your money wisely, investing in yourself, and planning for your future all send a strong message that you are responsible for your life and deserving of abundance. When you prioritize financial literacy and independence, you reinforce your confidence and open doors to opportunities that further affirm your worth. Owning your worth also means being unapologetic about your ambitions and desires. Society often tries to tell women to be modest, to downplay their achievements, or to prioritize others' needs above their own. Smart women reject this limiting narrative. They speak openly about their goals, celebrate their successes, and claim their space in any room they enter. This boldness is not arrogance, but a clear declaration of self-respect and belief. When you do this, you inspire others to do the same and contribute to creating a culture where women's worth is recognized and celebrated. The journey to prioritizing self-belief can sometimes feel lonely, especially if you've spent years doubting yourself or seeking approval from others. But it's important to remember that you are not alone in this struggle. Many women have walked this path before you and emerged stronger and more empowered. Seeking mentorship, coaching, or joining supportive communities can provide the encouragement and guidance needed to reinforce your self-belief. Sharing your story and hearing others' experiences also helps normalize the ups and downs of this journey, reminding you that growth takes time and persistence. Moreover, prioritizing self-belief allows you to lead by example. When you own your worth openly and authentically, you set a standard for others, especially younger women and girls who look up to you. You show them that it is possible to rise above self-doubt and societal expectations to live boldly and purposefully. This ripple effect can change lives and shift mindsets on a larger scale, creating a world where women's value is recognized as fundamental and undeniable. It is worth noting that the process of owning your worth sometimes requires unlearning deeply ingrained habits of self-neglect or comparison. Comparing yourself to others is one of the greatest thieves of self-belief. Social media and cultural pressures often amplify this tendency, making it easy to feel inadequate. But true self-belief arises when you focus inward rather than outward, measuring your progress by your own standards and celebrating your unique journey. You begin to see that your worth is not dependent on external markers or how you stack up against someone else. It is intrinsic and unique to you. Finally, prioritizing self-belief and owning your worth empowers you to live a life aligned with your passions and purpose. When you trust yourself and value your contributions, you naturally gravitate toward opportunities that resonate with your authentic self. This alignment brings fulfillment and joy, making every success more meaningful and every challenge more manageable. It also creates a strong sense of identity that anchors you through the inevitable uncertainties of life. Setting clear boundaries is one of the most crucial practices a smart woman can adopt to protect her energy, maintain her well-being, and live a balanced, fulfilling life. Boundaries are the invisible lines that define where you end and others begin, helping you preserve your emotional, mental, and physical resources. Without clear boundaries, it's easy to become overwhelmed, overcommitted, and exhausted, leading to burnout, resentment, and a loss of self. Prioritizing your energy by setting firm boundaries is not selfish. It is an act of self-respect and a necessary foundation for sustainable success and happiness. Many women struggle with boundaries because of societal conditioning. From a young age, women are often taught to be accommodating, nurturing, and people pleasers. While these qualities are valuable, they can become problematic when taken to extremes. Constantly saying yes to others at the expense of your own needs creates an imbalance that drains your energy. It can leave you feeling depleted and disconnected from your true self. Learning to set boundaries is about reclaiming your power and recognizing that your needs are just as important as anyone else's. Boundaries come in many forms: emotional, physical, mental, and even digital. Emotional boundaries protect your feelings and prevent you from absorbing other people's negativity or drama. Physical boundaries involve your personal space and comfort levels. Mental boundaries relate to your thoughts and beliefs, guarding you against manipulation or undue influence. Digital boundaries are increasingly important in our hyper-connected world where work, social life, and personal time can blur together. Setting limits in all these areas ensures you maintain your energy and focus on what truly matters. To set clear boundaries effectively, it starts with self-awareness. You must first understand what drains your energy and what replenishes it. This means tuning into your feelings and recognizing when you feel overwhelmed, anxious, or resentful. These emotions are often signals that a boundary has been crossed or needs to be established. For example, if you find yourself exhausted after certain interactions or obligations, it's a cue to evaluate how those situations affect your energy and whether you need to say no or adjust your involvement. Self-awareness empowers you to identify the specific areas where boundaries are lacking. Once you understand your limits, the next step is to communicate them clearly and confidently. This is where many people falter because they fear disappointing others or creating conflict. However, setting boundaries is not about alienating people. It's about creating respectful relationships where your needs and limits are honored. When you communicate your boundaries, be direct but kind. Use statements to express how you feel and what you need. For example, saying, "I need some quiet time after work to recharge," is more effective than blaming others for interrupting you. Clear communication removes ambiguity and makes it easier for others to respect your space. Consistency is key when it comes to boundaries. It's not enough to state a boundary once and hope it sticks. You must reinforce it every time it is tested. This might mean politely but firmly reminding someone if they cross a line or saying no to repeated requests that drain your energy. Being consistent sends a message that you value yourself and your time. It also helps others adjust their expectations and behavior accordingly. Over time, this consistency builds stronger relationships grounded in mutual respect and understanding. Many women find it difficult to say no because they associate it with guilt or fear of rejection. It's important to reframe your mindset around saying no as an act of self-care rather than selfishness. Saying no to things that don't serve you opens up space for things that do. Whether that's pursuing your goals, spending time with loved ones, or simply resting. Remember, every yes you say to something you don't want to do is a no to something that might truly fulfill or energize you. Learning to say no gracefully and without over-explaining protects your energy and builds your confidence. In professional settings, setting boundaries is equally essential. Many women face pressure to work long hours, take on extra responsibilities, or be constantly available. While ambition and dedication are admirable, overextending yourself can lead to burnout and reduce your effectiveness. Establishing boundaries around your work schedule, communication, and workload is necessary for maintaining your productivity and well-being. For instance, setting specific office hours or turning off work notifications during personal time helps you recharge and keeps your energy focused when you are working. Social media and digital technology have introduced new challenges to maintaining boundaries. The constant connectivity can blur the lines between work and personal life, making it hard to disconnect and rest. Setting digital boundaries, such as limiting screen time, turning off notifications, or designating tech-free zones and times, can protect your mental energy. It allows you to be fully present in the moment and avoid the draining effects of information overload and social comparison. Prioritizing these boundaries is vital for emotional health and sustaining your energy levels. Another important aspect of setting boundaries is recognizing and addressing toxic relationships. Sometimes, despite your best efforts, certain people continue to drain your energy or disrespect your limits. These relationships can be emotionally exhausting and harmful to your sense of self-worth. Setting boundaries with toxic individuals may involve limiting contact, distancing yourself emotionally, or even ending the relationship if necessary. It takes courage to do so, but protecting your energy and well-being must be a priority. Surrounding yourself with positive, supportive people who respect your boundaries nourishes your spirit and reinforces your self-respect. Boundary setting also extends to how you handle your own expectations and inner dialogue. Often, Women hold themselves to impossibly high standards and push themselves beyond healthy limits. Learning to set internal boundaries means recognizing when to pause, rest, and say no to overworking or overcommitting. It means practicing self-compassion and acknowledging that you don't have to be perfect or do everything at once. Giving yourself permission to rest and recharge is a powerful way to protect your energy and sustain long-term success. Understanding that boundaries are not fixed but flexible can help you adapt to different phases of life or changing circumstances. Sometimes you may need to loosen a boundary to seize an opportunity or support someone you care about. Other times you may need to tighten them to protect your energy during stressful periods. The key is to remain mindful of your needs and adjust your boundaries accordingly, always prioritizing your well-being and balance. Teaching others about your boundaries is a proactive way to create a respectful environment. When you explain why certain limits are important to you, it fosters empathy and understanding. For example, letting a colleague know that you don't respond to emails after a certain hour because you prioritize family time helps them respect your availability. Clear explanations reduce misunderstandings and make it easier for people to honor your space and energy. Setting boundaries can also enhance your creativity and productivity. When you protect your energy, you create mental clarity and emotional space that allow you to focus deeply and generate your best work. Without constant interruptions or overcommitments, you can channel your efforts into projects and passions that truly matter. This focus often leads to greater satisfaction and results, reinforcing the value of maintaining clear boundaries. It's natural to worry about how others will react when you set boundaries. You might fear rejection, conflict, or being seen as difficult. However, the truth is that people generally respect honesty and clarity, especially when boundaries are communicated kindly and confidently. Those who care about you will appreciate your commitment to self-care and may even be inspired to set their own boundaries. Setting boundaries invites healthier, more authentic relationships where everyone's needs are acknowledged. Building the habit of setting boundaries takes practice and patience. Start small by identifying 1 or 2 areas where your energy feels drained and experiment with saying no or delegating tasks. Notice how these actions affect your mood and energy levels. As you gain confidence, you can expand your boundaries to other areas of life. Remember, boundary setting is a skill that improves with time and experience, and the benefits multiply as you protect your energy more consistently. It's helpful to have tools and strategies to support your boundary setting efforts. Journaling can help you clarify your limits and track situations where your boundaries were respected or crossed. Role-playing difficult conversations with a trusted friend or coach can prepare you to communicate assertively. Mindfulness and meditation practices can increase your self-awareness and help you recognize when your energy is being drained. Having a support system to encourage and reinforce your boundaries strengthens your resolve. Another aspect to consider is the language you use when setting boundaries. Using assertive, respectful language rather than apologetic or aggressive tones makes your boundaries more effective. Phrases like "I need," "I prefer," or "I'm not available for" clearly state your position without leaving room for misinterpretation. Avoid over-explaining or justifying excessively, as this can undermine your authority and invite negotiation or pushback. Setting boundaries is not about creating walls to isolate yourself, but rather about creating healthy limits that allow you to engage fully and sustainably with the world around you. When your energy is protected, you have more to give to your work, your relationships, and your passions. You become a role model for others in how to balance generosity with self-care. You cultivate a life that honors both your responsibilities and your well-being. It's also important to recognize that boundaries can evolve as you grow. What felt like a firm boundary in one phase of life might shift as your priorities change. For example, you might be more flexible with work hours when your children are young, but later become stricter to focus on career growth. Being attuned to your current needs and adjusting your boundaries accordingly ensures that you continue to protect your energy effectively over time. In moments when you feel guilty or second-guess your boundaries, remind yourself that protecting your energy is necessary for your health and happiness. Guilt is often a sign that you're prioritizing others' expectations over your own needs. Challenging this guilt and affirming your right to self-care strengthens your ability to maintain boundaries without compromise. Ultimately, setting clear boundaries is a declaration of your value. It communicates that you respect yourself and expect the same from others. It allows you to conserve your energy for the people and activities that uplift you, creating a life filled with balance, joy, and meaningful connection. As you practice setting and maintaining boundaries, you develop a deeper relationship with yourself and an empowered way of living.